Hello entrepreneurs, welcome to NOBOSS TV Discussion 9. Let's get started. In the last discussion, you vetted suppliers for your direct expenses. In this discussion, we're going to focus specifically on reselling, enhancing, or flipping the goods. When you think of the retail industry, you naturally think about buying at wholesale and reselling at retail. This is a straightforward, tried and true method that will stand the test of time. You want to make sure you're selling merchandise that's special, unique. You can build a following or something that will separate you from the rest of the pack. If you can figure out how to tweak your merch and sell it to businesses, organizations, sports teams, cities and states, colleges, or events, you're likely going to have bigger ticket sales and start out way ahead of the game. Which leads me to enhancing inventory. This is when you take a wholesale product, do something to it, and then resell the merchandise. Now, here's a guy that took the old urinal screen and made them cool and trendy. Pottyshot.com. Urinal screens available in team sports. He sells to sports bars across the country. Sports bars purchase their rival teams for the urinals, and the patrons love it. Now, I don't know how the idea came about, but, well, enough said. But this is a prime example of creativity that could lead to much success. Flipping inventory. The excitement about flipping is that merchandise is special in some way. It's hard to find, it's one of a kind, it's a collectible. Flipping merchandise is the exception to the rule of retail because you're likely making a ridiculous profit on the sale. Now, back in 2005 to 2007, I used to buy storage auctions and sell on eBay. I loved it. And this was long before the TV show ever aired. But when I started buying auctions, I would usually pay between 10 cents and $100 for my auctions. I even bought a 10-year-old car for 75 bucks. So if you're into this idea, let me give you a tip. Don't go to auctions that have an auctioneer. They are on commission and they are on a mission. Go to auctions where the manager comes out and does the auction. They always ask for an opening bid, and that's what I want to hear. Now, I know what you're thinking. So how did I get this auction for 10 cents? Well, the doors opened on this storage unit and there was nothing in it. Well, way in the back was a lone pair of skis propped against the wall. But nobody would bid. They were too busy laughing about why would somebody buy this huge storage unit just for a pair of skis? Well, the auctioneer is, or the manager that's doing the auction is, any bids, any bids. So I said, okay, a dime. Sold for 10 cents. I made $400 on that storage unit and a good $100 on the shipping. They weren't skis. It was actually a set of custom-made Harley-Davidson side steps for a truck. Some guy in Texas was rebuilding his truck and he purchased them on eBay. And I didn't think I was going to be able to ship them because they were literally 1 inch from being too long for me to ship. So, if you don't want to carry inventory, what can you do? You've got affiliate inventory. The only cost that an affiliate typically pays for is their own website. However, as an affiliate marketer, you're required to pay for the marketing costs as you're driving traffic to the merchant's website. Okay? Now, there also may be a threshold for you to reach before you can pay out. It may be $50 or $100 before the merchant actually pays you out. Okay? So, your website links to the merchant and you get a commission on the sale. Now, you could also do drop shipping. And this is where the manufacturer carries the inventory and ships it to the customer on your behalf. In drop shipping, you set your own prices. And now you're responsible for your website and your marketing. But it's similar to affiliate marketing in that the merchant carries the inventory, but with drop shipping, it allows you to have a higher margin because your website is showing the merchandise, the customer is buying from you at your price, and then you buy the merchandise at the discounted price, and then they ship it to the customer for you. Okay? So considering you're not carrying the inventory or drop shipping, you don't really need this retail worksheet. However, if you plan to buy wholesale, then you really do. You really need it. And if you're flipping merchandise, it's really kind of up to you, because smaller, quick selling items that like what you would find in a storage auction, that stuff sells so quickly that you don't really need a worksheet. You don't have time to put up a worksheet. I have literally purchased a storage unit and sold the big items that I didn't want to move. Like, I've sold cases of wine, cases of honey, washers and dryers and refrigerators. I'm not picking up all that stuff. I have sold that stuff right there at the auction as soon as it's mine, and I put a lock on it. I've had people come around and say, I wanted that unit for that washer and dryer. Can I? You sure can, because I don't want to pick it up and put it in the truck. So you really can determine whether or not you want to use the worksheet for these quick selling items. If you're working together with a partner, you may want to get a general idea of, I bought unit 1, this is what's in it. You bought unit 2, this is what's in it. So that later on, when items start to get mixed up and things sell, especially if they sell at good prices, you don't want to be sitting there arguing about that was in my unit versus your unit. So you may want to use the worksheet to get an overview of big ticket items maybe that's in there. So let's go to the worksheet. The first tab is your product legend. This worksheet will show you all the products that you plan to sell because you're listing these items. And it will include the category and the IDs and all that stuff. But aside from the technical stuff, this worksheet will give you an idea of variances that you can offer to sizes or colors or grouping things together or bundled pricing. This is that overview that you'll see with this first tab. Now, the main product information is going to transfer over in this worksheet from tab to tab. So when you click on the inventory cost tab, you'll see the main item information. But this worksheet is where you're going to extend your cost, and you're going to show cost per item. So this is going to break it down for you. So if you're buying 100 pieces at X price, this worksheet is going to show you what that 100, each of those prices are, the cost of each 100 items. This tab will be essential when you're running promotions and offering discounts, because basically you don't want to go below this number. You always want to make a profit. So if it costs you $1, you never want to have a sale where they're getting it for 50 cents, because now you're paying the customer to buy from you. Now that you've found your suppliers and vendors, I want you to complete your direct expenses cost for each of the items you plan to stock. Now, if you plan on having a storefront location, think about the racks and the shelving and things like that that you'll need, whatever it is that you're displaying your merchandise on. If you plan to sell online, think about how you'll showcase your merchandise in pictures. You want them to be quality, clear pictures. You want them to be from several different angles. This will give your customers that feeling that they're actually in your store shopping. You don't need a lot of space. If you could just find a nicely decorated corner of the room, or if you have a mannequin for clothing that you can put in the nicely decorated corner of the room to just give that appeal. Because when customers are shopping online, remember, we can't touch that fabric, we can't smell that food, we can't taste it, so you're trying to bring that in through pictures. Now, here's a tip. If you're selling related merchandise, show them together in pictures. So if you're selling a blouse and a necklace, take some shots with the two of them together, because oftentimes a customer that's maybe shopping for the blouse will ask about that perfectly matched necklace in the picture. So you want everything in the picture to be for sale. Now, you need to think about your opening stock inventory. What are you going to start your business with? What stock? Because you don't want to lose your mind. You don't, as you can see, you could really run up a tab and even be out of your budget just by trying to get so many things as a starting inventory, because you really don't know what items are going to sell. What you think might sell may sell in a different color, may sell in a different size. So you need to slow down and really think about your opening stock inventory, purchasing only the items that you really feel confident will sell. If you run out of stock, say for certain colors or certain sizes, start taking emails and phone numbers of customers and let them know this item is back ordered for 2 weeks, and you can notify them when the item is in. Remember, never lose that connection with the customer. Overall, confirm your opening stock cost, because this number is what's going to be included in your startup budget. So if you only have $1,000 in your startup budget, you really want to narrow that down and make sure that you're buying the cream of the crop to start your opening stock inventory. You can't do everything right now, and we've talked about that before. So stay in line, stay in budget, purchase what's going to sell, make that profit, and you can expand next month, 6 months, next year. Okay? Now, this concludes discussion 9, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.